Hello, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you who are watching the Aijaz Qureshi Show, wherever you are from. Welcome to today's show. Today, we have a very important topic to talk about, and that is capacity building of the community. It is very important and our utmost responsibility to build the communities where we live, especially for those people who are living outside of their home country. They have to build their community to support them and to provide the opportunity to grow together. That's very important for all of us. For this topic, we have invited our esteemed guest, none other than Mr. Tahir Iqbal Qureshi. Mr. Tahir Iqbal Qureshi is a real estate broker and he is a community builder as well, working on various not for profit organizations with focus on holding and building the community's capacity towards growth. Without further ado, let's welcome our esteemed guest, Mr. Tahir Iqbal Qureshi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you very much, Mr. Aijaz Qureshi, for inviting me to your show. Your show is very famous, and people are listening and benefiting about it around the world. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for the invitation.
Thank you so much for hopping on the show and accepting our request to be our esteemed guest today. It's a pleasure to host you. Soon I heard you, Tahir Qureshi, um, a sound came to my mind, and that person is also from our community. A great person, great friend of ours, mashallah. You know him as well, Khalid Usman.
Yes, I know him very well. Good friend of mine.
So I don't know, but your dialect and his dialect are identical. I don't know. Maybe you guys are somehow connected somewhere. I don't know. Maybe fifth, 10th, 20th generation, identical. So I mean, that's what I it came to my mind. So thank you.
Yeah, he's on the east end, and I am on the west end of Mr.
Exactly. So you're bridging east and west. So thank you so much. Thank you. And Khalid Usman is doing wonderful work as well. So are you for the community development. Before we head to the topic, I would like to talk about your career and how did you get here where you are today. Um, if I take you to your childhood, what is the earliest childhood memory that comes to your mind? 3, 4, 5 years old, Tahir Qureshi. What comes to your mind?
I have a very challenging environment in which I was, and
Uh-huh.
I always wondered that would I have the opportunity in my life to change things
Hmm.
and provide a better life for my future, my children, and what will happen because when I was five 5 years old, at that time I had a wonderful life because I was the only son of my mother and my father and three siblings.
I see.
Then my mother passed away when I was 9 years old,
Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un.
and we were in Wakent. And then we have to struggle with five family members to live with our
Yeah.
Taya Abu. God bless his soul, he passed away. So
Inna
we bounced around with a multiple family, and a couple of years later, my father decided to get married,
Mm.
and he has a big family. We are 13 brothers and sisters.
Wow. Wow.
So, as you know, in our culture back home, when you have a step family, especially mother, you won't get much opportunities. And even though you are blessed with lots of things that you are deprived of,
Right.
and you can see those our Urdu dramas that tell you about the life.
That's
I
right.
have a very difficult and very challenging to look after my four sisters,
Wow.
and also to do something in my life to make sure that my children will have. So there was a lot of learning and thinking about how it affects my life and how can I be a better person and be productive for myself, my family, helping my
Absolutely.
family, my especially my daughters
Absolutely.
and sisters, and then also give back to the society. So this was always in my mind, and that led me to do certain things that I left the country and did my education while I was working, and very challenging but very rewarding as well.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. MashaAllah. Um, So you got your education, earlier education in Wah, Kent, in
Yeah.
Pakistan, and then
So my father was in the army, so we have to travel various cities,
okay.
and then we were traveling Pindi, Rawalpindi, Lahore, Karian Kent, and then we went and we have to live with our father, or we have to stay away from the family,
Oh,
and so there was a multiple situation. And then at a very early age, I left the country, and I was very fortunate to join U.S. Department of Defense, and then I study value engineering and government contract law in states, and that really helped me to do things that I did and prepared me for the when I left after almost 18 years with the U.S. Department of Defense State Department.
wow, 18 years. Wow,
Yeah, approximately like that.
wow.
So I
That's
received many, many awards for my contribution,
wow,
helping probably because they're sensitive. I can't talk about details,
wow.
but it uh, prepares me to do a better person, a better contributor,
Absolutely
and help build.
true.
And I tell you, these organizations have uh, tremendous program activities to increase and improve the skill set and give opportunities for them to grow within the organization. I took
Absolutely.
advantage of that being a person from a third world. I had the opportunity to live and work with a you know top-notch nation in the world. So
Absolutely.
I took advantage of that and studied as much courses I possibly can, and they are very helpful.
That's amazing. We have few comments from friends. Let's take those comments. Sultan Alam is with us. He has sent some emoji that we can't see. I'm sorry about that. Anzila Shoaib is with us saying Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam,
Wow.
Anzila. Thank you so much for watching. Dr. Wahid Haroon is with us from Karachi, Pakistan. He's saying salams to all and welcome Tahir Saab on the show. Thank you so much, Dr. Saab, for hopping on the show. Imran Tahim is with us, our regular viewer, saying Assalamu alaikum. Aijaz
Wa
Qureshi,
alaikum
thank you so
assalam.
much. Wa alaikum assalam. Abdul Rashid is with us, saying Assalamu alaikum. Aijaz Qureshi, wa alaikum assalam. Thank you
Wa
so much. Sultan Alam is saying this show others to inspire all professionals as he shows, so he is repaying. Um, Bilkul. Thank you so much for mentioning all these quotes. Thank you so much, uh, Mr. Sultan Alam. He's from Bangladesh. Great, great singer, great professional, great friend. Thank you. Awesome. Dr. Wahid Haroon is saying capacity building enables us to remain relevant in the world. Absolutely. This is really, really important. Um, Sorry, we lost our guest. Um, for some reason, we lost our guest. As soon as he comes back, okay, we have him back. All right, great. So I'm not sure if you heard that comment or not, Tahir Saab. Dr. Wahid Haroon is saying capacity building enables us to remain relevant in the world. So,
Yeah, yeah, I would say, the capacity building is an interaction of human capital, your organization, resources, and social capital existing within a given community. And when you can leverage and solve problems collectively to improve and maintain being a good community, this is very important for all of us.
absolutely.
So you have because you have to interact with a human, and you have to have an organization and establish resources for them, and because we have economic and social capital also, because it depends what type of strength we have within our community, how we can consolidate and collaborate with and leverage that strength to solve problem. As you can see, there is a process of developing and strengthening the skill set, instinct, ability, processes, and resources of the organization or the community to navigate, to survive, adopt, and thrive in this fast changing world. So, how collectively we are together. So there are lots of fundamental that we'll talk about
Absolutely.
building the capacity.
Absolutely. Most of the time, people think that they give charity and their job is done. So that's what they think, that that's the community building and community development. But that's not all. There are so many other things to build that community. It really is very important. Awesome. You are a realtor as well. How did that transformation occur? All the way from being in forces, you switched career to become a
So
realtor. What was the
when I,
motivation behind that?
when I came to Canada 30
Yes.
years ago, and as you know, it was challenging to find the job, and so I decided to start my business as a building computers.
Mm.
And I first working day in Canada, I think was 3rd of August 1990. I set up a computer technology company called Cantac, and
Okay.
I started selling computers.
Good.
And 2 years later, I converted that into a software company called Tixon Technology, which is a trademark registered in Canada and USA.
Okay.
That built vertical application for manufacturing across North America.
Mm.
I did very successfully. And then I went to construction projects, helping the companies to building helicopters from USA to build automotive plants.
Mm.
And then this process, God blessed me with a daughter who is now going to university, and she's
Mashallah.
also got a license. And also, I got involved with the Medaway Islamic Center, and there was some youth involved. They wanted to build a youth center, and I was helping them. And I thought I can only help if I am working and not a 9 to 5 job. I need a freedom.
Yeah.
So I in 2005 I went to real estate. I got a license, and then I grow. I have a more time flexibility, so I grow out of from any other commitment. It was a loss for me in terms of financial until I built my profile as a real estate professional. But it was very rewarding because I was doing something for my community, and I've been involved with giving donation is not enough. Giving donation is one part of it.
That's it.
Creating the platform where it provide access to other people to benefit from it, and it is forever like platform. Anybody who can build a platform in which multiple people and community and program integration or partnership, that people can utilize it and participate with it. So Medaway Islamic Center is one of the best platform that we have created, and we just finished the foundation wall last week. And
Mm. Mashallah.
we will definitely, I'll invite you to come to our inauguration, hopefully next year,
Inshallah.
that you see yourself how much excitement is within our group that working together to build this capacity.
Mashallah.
This is why it's very, very important. And that's why I went to real estate. And now I've been in 15 years in my real estate. I have also mortgage brokerage company and real estate. So it give me freedom to make money and give back more. And that's main reason for that.
Absolutely. That's great. So where is this Medieval Islamic Center located? What is the exact intersection that this
It is
will be for?
address is 6508 Vista Churchill. It is on Vista Churchill. If you get off from 401, it
Yeah.
is after Dairy and before no, not Eglet, Britannia. So it's
Britannia.
between on
I
this.
see. Between Derry and Britannia on Western Churchill. That's great.
Yeah, yes,
So
opposite
friends
the
who live in
Medaway.
the area, I would definitely urge you to take a
It's a
trip.
beautiful project. We brought a concept of play and pray for our children and
Mhm.
give them a virtue, the Islamic virtue. We want to make sure people can have a concern about that our children may not be as good as practicing Muslims. So we thought that to keep them engaged, keep them off the malls and streets, why don't we have play and pray concept in which we children will come, because there are three schools behind our place of worship, and there are two churches, north and south, and opposite is beautiful and very large and huge medieval town center shopping mall. So it's
Mm.
a tremendous opportunity and a great opportunity for our children. We want our children to be well educated, understanding true virtue of Islam, and be good practicing Canadian, so they can give back. We enlighten their soul so they are good Muslim and good Canadian. And this is the whole goal of this Medieval Islamic Center is.
Awesome, awesome. That's great. We have a few more comments. Dr. Vaid Harun is saying it's high time to sit together and plan. Absolutely. Thank you. Rizwan Ashraf is saying Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam.
Walaikum
Rizwan,
assalam.
thank you so much for hopping on the show. Dr. Vaid Harun is saying, I would like to ask Tahir Saab, how do you see our youth in next 10 years in financial stability? What plan would you like to share through this forum for upcoming talent?
Well, this is where I was planning is the first of all, the how, any a person or any institution or community or nation to achieve success is best education. And not only that we provide best education, we also need to provide practical educational training skill set,
Hmm.
and people who have tremendous knowledge and science, technology, and research and development. They need to come forward and participate and form groups to provide them, because it is not about just finding a job. If our children have to succeed, they need to compete intellectually, and we have to provide them best facilities. Who can provide the best facility is the people who have spent their life experience, and they need to share their knowledge and experience with the group. You can
True.
start a small group wherever you are watching this program. You can within your community start a program, start talking to each other, because we are a very diverse community, and in order for us to take advantage of this expanding diverse community, we need to find out who are the leaders in our community, who are the true leader. Leader is not just to become a political leader. Leaders are their scientists, they're inventors, they're research and developers. They specialize in information technology. They understand the business aspect, financial side. So each expert who have spent their life in getting this skill set, they need to be selflessly share that knowledge with the community, because we are only better and recognized when we are working together.
Together. Exactly.
Our
That's
success
the key.
and pride only come when communities succeed,
Hmm.
not as individual. Kristab, you are a very famous and successful person around, and people recognize you around the world. But that's only good for you. But
That's
you
it.
are making effort to spread your message through this platform to
True.
everybody around the world. So whoever is watching it, be a giver, not taker, because
True.
the more you give, the more you gain, and your
Absolutely.
knowledge and each one of us have individual skill set and strength, and those strengths when they're combined with various, for example, like, if you are in manufacturing, if your industry or your area has certain minerals, do the research. Google can find a lot of research and put together a process that how you can benefit economically, because if your economy is good, then you will have the resources to do education and skill set and other program. So they all go together. After we eat food, put in shelter for the family, these are individual things that we do. We have an ethical and moral duty to not only to help our community, we have to build our nation. So why nation building is necessity is because everybody participate.
True.
And back home, lead problem is that few people, few family member, feudalism has control the business and politics, and nothing happened. uh, half the population is not educated. And I tell you, I have a very difficult life when I did not see that something was happening, but there was a burning desire to change that. And that's exactly what happened. I'm very, limited resources, I can say, very humble. But family has a lot of things, but I didn't have it. But we need to ignite the soul of our people, our professional who are um, skilled, they have a highest education, they have a skill set, they have a leader qualities. Encourage them to have a shared understanding and vision, because if collectively we plan a vision for our community anywhere you are in the world, then you understand what are the need of your community. So that's why it's very important to use human capital, organize people, invite people, and talk with them. What are our challenges? What do we want to do? How
Mm.
can we overcome those challenges?
True.
Let's do something about it rather than talking about it.
Exactly. Rizwan Ashraf is our regular viewer, friend on Facebook, saying, question, why we have not started a same community centers in Pakistan, similar like in Canada, US, UK, etc. Educated person want to go such community centers where they can exchange their knowledge and learn new practices.
So my suggestion and recommendation is that you need to find like-minded people wherever you are. It does not require too much resources. When you start talking to your like-minded people and you find a group, there got to be a meeting of mind of the vision and the activities that you think is necessary to uplift our community. So you go to, in Pakistan we have mahallas, and
Hmm.
you talk, you go to dera, you sit down there. So
Yep.
important thing is to find the like-minded people. You are one, and you need one more, and that's all it takes to start a process.
Yeah.
Then you look at this in what is the necessity. In Pakistan, you know that we have a problem in the water problem, for example.
True.
We have some friends here, brother Hamid, he's going there collecting money to building a water pump, and he installed hundreds of funds there. He built schools there.
Hmm.
But this and you have to remember that the community service is not a government funded project. These are individual funded projects.
Right.
So if you have a team of players, let's assume you have three people. One is intelligent, he's educated, he has technology, he has experience and everything. Now he find other people who can carry his message, and then he invite some friends within the community, and they found a group of 4 or 5 people, create a vision, what we really want to do, what are the necessity, talk to people, what are the challenges we are facing, how can we overcome those challenges, and then define the need. If there is employment in the issue, only thing your politician, they are being elected, and the system that I hope that the current government will change there. But people can do a lot of things together if they are creating a group, and then form that group, and then you registered. I will name one person that I know, I have financially supported it. His name is Tariq Javed. He's a rickshaw driver. You might have heard about him, Lahore.
Yes. I
Yes,
know. Yes.
support him, and he teaches. He and his wife has no children, so they bring young children to school, teach them skill set, a Salai machine, other things, so or whatever education program he has, and I'm helping him, behind the scene, whatever I can, to provide. So it's a good job, a good thing that he's doing in Lahore actually. So somebody take initiative instead of keeping that passion and commitment that you have, or desire to change society. Society will not change unless you take initiative. So right now, I think there's a tremendous opportunity for everybody to think about it, and dedicate maybe 30 minutes of your time a week for thinking about how can I make and improve my community, my charity, in the area that you live. If we start doing that, you can see the change in a matter of months.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're very right. And in the Holy Quran, Surah Al Hadid, verse number 18, Allah says, Allah will double fold the reward of the charity giver as it is mentioned in the Quran. So definitely, verily, those who give alms, be they the man or woman, and give Allah a beautiful loan, shall be repaid after increasing it many times, and there shall be a generous reward. That's what the Quran says. So it's really amazing, and the the motives, I think, for giving are really multifold, as the Quran says. We get the social norms and individual behavior are rectified and are more strengthened. The religion beliefs, iman and faith, they become more stronger. I would guess, and the significance is given to the culture and the community, which is a very important aspect of being a community person. And of course, as you said, in your center, there will be Islamic education as well, religious education. So that's something really, really important. And the outcome comes peace of mind, God blessing, and psychological comfort in doing and helping others, and of course, as Quran says, double the reward. So who wouldn't want to really do that? Thank you so much for all that.
Yeah,
Another comment, as one has, how to find like-minded people. Any tips or steps to find them out? This is really important. How to find like-minded people.
yeah. It is just like I tell simply. Do you know where to find the food? Where you find your fruit? Where you find your atta and roti or salan or sabzi?
Right.
You are hungry, you want to give back to society, you know it, you find it. And this is where I tell people, because if I am hungry, I know I either I cook the food
Yeah.
or I go to the restaurant.
Right.
So now like-minded people is, your
They're
friendship.
everywhere. They're everywhere.
And when we create a friendship, and I tell you, the family or group that is working with us on the Matter Islamic Center, they are the only family member that I have outside of my family, because we are so integrated a family. Because I
Mashallah.
said that, when you create a strategy agenda for your community,
True.
you say, what are the people who will like to support me to build an Islamic center in a foreign world, like in Canada, for us coming from there? I think I said that in that message. We came from Pakistan, and we realized that we don't have a place of emergence. You can see the azan there in Pakistan, you get off there, but here you can't do that
Mm,
outside.
true.
So we found like-minded people who have a desire over and above supporting their family. Let's help build a Islamic center, a masjid, a modern center. So our children, not only we have no place of worship, as you know, we are using a church for last 10 years to do Jummah namaz and
Mm,
regular namaz, and we're going to community center, we're going to school, and we take musalla on our shoulder
yeah.
to go out around this program. So our volunteers are doing programs, and we have no place. And finally, alhamdulillah, we have a fully paid big land. We're building a 20,000 square feet of building space,
Mashallah.
and with 150 parking. And I
Wow.
tell you, it took away a lot of time. I used to have a very black hair, and now grown up and lost a lot of them, because it's
You're losing here too.
very stressful and challenging.
I know.
But we found the people. You need to find out, based on uh, your viewers' comment, what are you looking for? What are you trying to achieve? And like-minded people are the people that you associate, and they are humble. They're willing to volunteer, and they have something to contribute to your cause that you want to deal.
Yes.
Your cause or concern will become a community affair if everybody agrees with you.
True.
So, whatever the like minded people is, just making a friendship. You can Google it, you can have a million people send you a friendship, or
True.
Facebook, social media, but you're looking for a special skill set, a friendship that enhance your capabilities. I
True.
want to friend somebody who is better than me, because I have learned, and I want to learn. I'm hungry, because in our life we never
Yeah.
stop learning.
That's right.
So my interest is to learn from anyone who I feel that I lack certain talent or education or intellect. I'm hungry for that person.
Mm.
So you have Google is the best place. Social media is the best place. You can walk to the people. If you learn about your neighbor, you go to masjid, you can find out if somebody is interested, and you ask the imam, can I make a small announcement? I plan to do something for my community. Is anybody interested to help me and volunteer 1 hour a week with us? And you find those like-minded people. Right now, if you put a post on Facebook and say, I live in this area and I need some people to help me to build something, and I tell you, you will find few people, and you need only 2, 3 people to agree what you want to do. Make sure it is beneficial for the community, not as an individual promotion.
Absolutely.
Individualism will never take you anywhere. It
True.
has to be community, benefiting the community, the masses.
At
So
large. Yeah.
then people will recognize that you are a sincere person. You're not trying to do promote yourself.
Great. Yeah. For that, Rizwan Ashraf Saab, there is a feature in Facebook near me, so you can do that as well, and people near you will be identified there. You can expand it to whatever kilometers you want. And there is a feature on Google Maps as well. If you go to Google Maps, and um, those people can be found there in Google as well, as Tahir Sab mentioned. So great. Tahir Sab, may I ask you your 3 habits? What would you like to share with us? What are your 3 main habits?
My really the habit I have is I dedicated my time for the of course the Medway Islamic Center, which is our charity, and it helped me to share my knowledge and experience, which is very diverse. And we are building this masjid. And also, as you know, I've been re-elected as a director of Misaga Real Estate Board. My passion is real estate because it give me financial support to feed my family, put food on the table, and also give back to the society and building the Islamic Center.
True.
Uh, my right now the main goal is to build Islamic Center, and also, as you know, I am a director of Real Estate Institute of Canada. That gave me the fellowship across Canada. So I'm very blessed to have quite a few designation in a special program.
Mashallah.
I love volunteering because, uh, as you know, we believe, being a Muslim, that our time will come at any time, and you have learned something in your life, and you see that other people have helped me to achieve success, and I should have the moral, ethical, and my faith obligation to share that knowledge, so other our community and other friends, fellow citizens, can benefit from it.
True.
So my goal is focus on volunteering, and I am involved with the various charities and communities, and always available, and also building youth leadership. As you know, that we have a registered a not-for-profit organization with CRA is called Voice of Canadian Citizen.
Hmm.
Building bridges, because we have very diverse community in Canada, for example. So we need to work together with everybody. And building a loving and caring society is very crucial
Very
for the
important.
success of the society
True.
as is evolving and changing. And youth leadership, because I believe in youth leadership. We have chapters in many countries across Canada, and we are encouraging to give youth opportunity of leadership. Leadership could be politics, because they are well integrated in Canada. They're highly educated.
Hmm.
They, from the day one they go start the school, they're meeting all diverse communities. So they're not discriminating against black and white or religion based on faith. They are integrated, and therefore they are the best. They're passionate, they need direction, and I encourage everyone to help our youth leadership. There are so many things we can talk about: building the skill set and confidence in our youth and groups,
Hmm.
and decision making process. how can we first of all unite them, create the skill set and confidence individuals and groups, then also decision making process and solving problems within our community, and common vision for the future.
Yeah.
What you want to do, where you want to go, how far you have achieved success.
True.
Because when we learn things, we learn, and we have to learn from the mistakes that we make, not to run from it.
Mhm.
And also implementing practical strategies that create a change and adopt and thrive in this fast changing world. There will be lots of things happening, and also promoting justice. If there is no justice, there is no peace. The
Absolutely.
reason what happened back home is that there is no justice.
Yeah.
So much talented people like you and me who have achieved success in a new country, we were able to achieve success. We could have done that back home, but there was no opportunities. So that's why I we need to ask our fellow friends and brothers and sisters who have a talent, volunteer small time. If you care about it, you talk about it, you share about it, please work on it and try to find like-minded people like Mr. Aijaz Qureshi mentioned you. There's so many ways you can find out. If you
True.
are hungry to help and give back to your society, improve your community, and when I'm talking about capacity, it includes everything, but you need at the end of the day a platform. So
True.
Better Islamic Center is a platform because there is a building, there is a parking, there is a people can go there and talk to each other.
Hmm.
So when you created an infrastructure, that means people will benefit from the rest of your life and beyond that. And I was involved with the Shalimar Housing. We have a project here in Dundas, 87 townhome we built for low cost housing. And
Hmm.
in the middle, we have a worship, which is community center. But you can see that for the last 20 years, low cost housing brother and sister are enjoying the benefit. We work with people, and it's a physically you can go and see it. There is a platform. But leadership in terms of politics comes and goes, but it's also important because politicians are the one who create new laws that govern the society.
True.
And that's why it's important if we have youth leader who are joining it and they are well versed with technology, science, social economics, because survival is based on economy. If your economy is not doing good, you have less revenue and you cannot do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's why they all go together. I think I'm not a politician. I have no interest in politics, but I admire and recognize, with your permission, PM Imran Khan for his passion. And he's not a politician, but he has a passion to do it, and what he has done is remarkable, building hospitals, and now finally he's building an academy, and also, and brother Usman Khan is helping, and we help. But because we are in Canada, my focus is to provide facilities to fellow Canadians right here in Mississauga and around in Canada.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much. Great thoughts. A few more comments. Dr. Waid Haroon from Karachi is saying, agree with you. Learning is an ongoing process. Absolutely, it
Absolutely.
is. Thank you so much. Rizwan Ashraf is saying, Tahir Saab, you talked about burning desire. How can we consistent? How can we be consistent in the journey till target achieved? So this is
I will
really
say, I will say to Brother Rizwan is that
Rizwan.
Rizwan, that if you are sincere in your desire of doing a change, it all starts with you. It starts with the individual who have a desire to do something and never let you down, feel more confidence. This is the individual thing. If I can tell you, if you look back 40, 45 years ago, nobody recognized this poor man that is talking to you today. Unbelievable. I give you an example. when I went to high school, we wear Malaysia. My situation was the suit that I wear as a grade 6, I was using the same one at grade 10.
Wow.
And I used the Bata chapel and stitched them many, many times, but never complained.
True.
And I'm just giving you, I'm no shame for that because I remember where I started and where I am, because that makes you stronger. Or I just remember Olama Iqbal Marhum's a share. तुम दिए बाद मुखालिफ से ना घबराए औकाब ये तो चलती है तुझे ऊंचा उड़ाने के लिए. That
Yes.
is the
Very
whole
true.
summary of my life.
True.
That
True.
challenges came unlimited. Then I didn't. I believe in myself that I will change it. I have absolutely zero resources, and I'm only self-made with Allah Subhanahu wa Taala blessing and my parent and my
Alhamdulillah.
family, the community that I did whatever I did, and it makes you stronger. You need to believe in yourself that you really want to give back. Moment you think about that you want to do something about society, about community, your neighbors, your country, that is leadership. That's something very special that ignited inside your soul, and
True.
you are trying to achieve something. Keep burning that. Don't give up and keep doing it. And it's a art of giving. And Allah Subhanahu wa Taala recognized that you are doing something you want to do for humanity.
Yeah.
And that's you start, and people will join you because you are a leader who are thinking about it. Not everybody think about that.
True.
Our
True.
society right now, roti, kapra, or makan, they have taken away that vision from people,
True.
desire to do something to build the nation. If the entire nation in Pakistan start building it, believe me, it will change overnight.
True.
That's what I'm thinking, and I'm glad that your viewers are interested to find out how can they do it. They have a
Yeah.
desire to give back and keep
Absolutely.
that spirit, that desire of burning
Keep the
alive
fire in
because
you.
it's special.
Yeah. Thank you so much. There is one more comment from Dr. Vaid Arun saying that's what we need, humanity above all colors and groups. There are multiple of hundreds here. There are multiple of hurdles here, but it would be wise to light a candle than to curse the darkness. Absolutely, you're right, Dr. Gray Saab, and you, Tahir Sahab, inspirations for all viewers and those who are back in home country. Thank you so much. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Great. Before we head to our next segment, Tahir Saab, do you have anything else to share, or you have conveyed what you wanted to, what you plan to convey on this show?
Well, when you are thinking about building capacity of your community, it is way beyond a normal uh, concept or desire. You are thinking about humanity because everything affects you. You are thinking beyond your doors. You're thinking about building your community because you care. And the moment that lights ignites inside your soul that you want to do something about it, please keep that burning that light because that is a very, very special thing. It's a sense of accomplishment, and it's not about you anymore. You're thinking about giving back to the society. It's a giver's gain. The more you give, the more you gain because this is a this has happened. People see you that you are selflessly promoting and doing something that benefit humanity, not you.
True.
And when you think about that, and slowly but surely, you build that image within the community, they start recognizing, they start joining you. You
Absolutely.
start individual, and you can start sharing that knowledge. We have so much tremendous uh, platform now, social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can share your desire to do something, people will join you because your compassion, your commitment, your sincerity, your truthfulness, that you want to execute this not for financial gain, just to give back to the society, you
That's
will
it.
you will see that benefit happen. For
Awesome.
example, we are doing this building is a Medal Islamic Center. Majority of them we are spending because I'm a chair of the project, and we are spending so much time. We are actually going and watching construction. We did the bidding. We did so many process. And all these people, I remember 15 years ago we started, they're all still together. They are the prime core member, but the other people are joining it. Now we're using a platform. Every month I give a community project update to people so people cannot go and visit the site because of coronavirus. So we started this broadcast. We
Mm.
did that last Friday, 27th for the last one. So I encourage that you are blessed with a special skill set. Find the the group, the people who has similar desire to help the community and give back. If you are blessed with certain thing, please share that blessing and help
With
build your
others.
community.
True.
Even cleaning your street in the town, we uh, uh, cleaning our streets here in Mississauga. We have a 2.5 miles of area that we clean 3 times a month, a year in Mississauga. And we got they named something special for us because medical community, as a community, remember that as an individual we are successful, but if we work as a community and they get recognized,
Will be more
we
successful.
I will mention here Brother A.Q. Mufti. He took as a Mississauga Muslim community, and we raised $250,000 for Trillium Hospital.
Yes.
And now we have committed to half a million, sorry, $5 million charity for our Trillium Hospital. So he brought everybody together. And this is admirable because you must recognize who are doing something and use this their learning experience to learn from it and do similar thing there. So they're doing in different cities now.
Absolutely.
Similarly, please, I think Pakistan desperately need that ground level community initiative. And then you can, once you have developed the resources, you have a financial, you have a human capital, you have a skill set, and then you develop those resources, then you can build a community center and then people can go there together.
Absolutely great. Rizwan Ashraf was saying, thank you, Tahir Saab, sharing your wisdom with us, giving thumbs up as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Dr. Vaid Harun Saab is saying, thank you, Tahir Saab, for sharing Care for Nation. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Great. So let's hop on our next segment, which is U and Q. Q for Qureshi. Yeah, Q and Q it should have been because we both are Qureshis, so it should have been Q and Q, but it's okay. So it's U and Q. In this, I'm gonna give you a word, and it's gonna be a rapid fire. I'll give you a word, whatever comes to your mind, the first thought, without any hesitation or censor. You can just speak out your thought about that word. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. So it's on lighter note. Nothing serious. It's just on a lighter note. The first word is home.
Home. Well, you have a home, and it has a very meaning for you. The home that you believe is where your family is, and the home where you belong, that your motherland is,
Right.
and your home is a homeland where you live. So
Right.
you have a home that you care for all three: personal family, your homeland, and your motherland.
Good.
So all these go together because you love them, because you were born in your motherland where you were born, you started your life there, and the homeland is where you end up,
True.
and home is where you live and belong, and you grow your family and take care of the family, and being a member of the family, looking after your family and needs. And obviously homeland has many other options in terms of taking care of other needy people around you.
Awesome. That's great. Tea. Chai.
Chai, I love tea. You know, it's because we were from subcontinent back home where we adopted British way of life. Tea became a normal in our life,
True.
and with all those variety of teas available now, we have changed because now we have a green tea. We don't use milk too
Yeah,
much
yeah,
as you grow old. So there are many chais, chini patti, different type of tea.
that's good.
It's part of our life. 4 o'clock, we remember that we have to have a tea, but we drink a lot more tea than now.
True, true, true. Air.
Air that you breathe and live. God bless us this moment to share our knowledge and experience with all. We are sharing the same air with everybody around the world,
Good,
and we can't live without breathing. It's way
true,
of life,
true.
and we want to have air that is pure and good for not only us, for all humanity around the world.
Everybody else. Very cool. That's great. The next word is horse.
What?
Horse.
Horse? Did you say horse?
Yes.
Yeah, horse is a amazing animal.
Yeah.
It has a power. It has a strength. It has a very dignified personality,
Signified.
and it has been a conqueror of many ventures around the world, and
Great.
historically well recognized and very exciting animal that has impacted human life and civilization around the world.
Awesome. That's great. Next word is mountain.
Oh, mountain. You need to climb. This block you, but you rise against it. It brings showers and clouds and make you stronger, and you can always conquer the mountain.
That's great. Next word is biryani.
I'm not very fond of biryani, but it's very cultural thing, and my family enjoys it. I like it. As you grow old with diabetes and other issues, you don't eat it. But I think it's a good food. It recognizes our culture and is a good food.
Awesome. That's great. Flower.
Flower is beautiful. It excites you, ignites you. It reminds you, and it's as beautiful as it is. I hope all viewers who are watching, your life is like a flower, and you can feel the smell, a good smell around you, and you enjoy it, and is also make you happy.
Awesome. That's great. Next word is spoon. Chamcha.
Chamcha. Wow. Chamcha is a way of doing. It has quite a few meanings. A good one is that it is hygienically we can eat the food a liquid form or any form, but if you take it a political vision about chamcha, it doesn't give a good impression. It doesn't convey sincerity,
True.
honesty, and integrity.
True. True.
So it has hurt our society, culture. Those people who are two-faced, they tell you something and do something else.
Hmm. That's great. Next word is friend.
What?
Friend. Dost.
Friend? Oh, this is my dear. I will tell you, friend. I define the definition of a friend. I will use the word Urdu this time.
Okay.
So, friend is in Urdu में उसको दोस्त बोलते हैं.
Ji.
Dost means dal for dyanadar, wa means wafadar,
Wow.
sin means sacha, te mean tabedar.
Wow.
That's a definition of a friend. Recently, somebody asked me and linked me to somebody, and I says, and he was a friend on social media, and I told him he is not my friend.
Hmm.
He is. If he has to be my friend, I
He, he has to have these qualities.
quality, and you say he's not your friend. so, so then, Dyanadar, you have to be honest.
Ah,
You need wafadar. You have to be faithful.
yes.
You have to be sacha. You have to be truthful. And
True.
tabidar means obedient, because when you build that sincere relationship, then if those qualities are not there, how can he be your friend?
True. True. That's very good. Next word is Parosan. Neighbor.
Sorry?
Parosan. Neighbor.
Or neighbor. Well, we live in a very diverse community and a neighbor has a lot of hukuk, as
Mm.
you know, in our Islam. So you are chosen by the company that you adopt. So your neighbor is your family,
True.
and you have to care for that. And believe me, I have very good neighbors. They are non-Muslims, but we are very good friend. Every time we have a snow, we just walk to each other. Do you need any help? We remove
True.
snow.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure. I know the area that I'm living now. I don't have any concern that somebody's going to be remain hungry, but we do share chocolate and different things on society,
On different occasions, yes.
just to make sure that we're doing our part, because your neighbor is like a family. If something happens to you, the first person who knows is you,
True.
your neighbor.
True.
Because when we travel, we have a security system. We talk with them that that to make sure that burglary and all that stuff. But the neighbor is that you adopt to live, and sometimes it's creation. And then we talk about neighbor where you live is one thing. Second thing is country. In our country, is neighboring is not very pleasant environment, where you can see in Canada we have a Hindu, Christian, Sikh, Muslim all living together peacefully,
True.
where back home we have a neighbor hatred. This politician has destroyed any possibility of uh, building bridges and creating a love. I don't think the Indian Pakistani, for example, have animosity against each other. Is the
True.
leadership that created that hatred using religious extremism to create that environment.
True.
And we are spending more money on billions of dollars on arms and ammunition, buying missiles and rocket and planes, than building bridges. It costs much less to be befriend and looking after the culture and society, so they benefit from. There's a poverty, poor on both sides of the nation. So that's why neighboring is very important. The people have to make efforts, sincere effort to be together. But this is a tough one, I tell you.
Good. Good. Thank you so much for sharing those thoughts. Next word is love, mohabbat.
Oh, there is a very good definition on that. I'm going to share with your audience.
All right.
Love. I created love, so I'm going to tell you something. Lost of valuable energy. Love,
That's the valuable energy. That's love. Okay.
because there are two things. One is love is that really, as an individual, you love someone. Okay,
Mm.
there are plenty of dramas and excitement that you see, and it motivates you. It all goes back to the intention, sincerity. Like I said, if the love is not directed, it's not about just individual love that you achieve success in your personal life. You love someone and you, start your life or whatever. Love is very meaningful thing. Love is not is loving God, loving Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, faithful, loving your friend, your loving your family, loving your country. Those our soldier, my entire family is in the military. They have lost, many of them lost their life in fighting for our country. And I have my just cousin just retired as a brigadier general of the army, and he's still engaged somewhere. I can't talk too much about the personal thing, but love for the nation. Those mother, they sacrifice their children, the soldiers, the captain, officers, they're dying in Pakistan, and I see those political people who are creating problem in the nation. They have no idea about the love of the country. These soldiers,
They
army
have in
is
their hearts. Yes.
they hard. They sacrifice their life. I was watching a mother whose son died, and she said something so graceful, and she said, and I think there was a couple of songs from Noor Jahan about that. God
Mm.
bless her soul. ਇਹ ਪੁੱਤ ਹਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਿਕਦੇ ਹੈਂ
Mm.
ਕਿਤੇ
True.
ਲੱਭਦੀ ਫਿਰਦੀ so love has a meaningful, it depends in what perspective that you are taking it.
True. True.
Loving and building your country is a love.
True.
Helping your fellow citizen, neighbor is love. Helping your poor people, they have no food, giving the food is the love. It's
Love
a
for the
part
community.
love for the community. These are all various form of love. Love is not saying from your mouth, is doing something people can recognize and see it. there is a true love, not about just saying the love.
Awesome. Great. Well, that has been a wonderful segment. Thank you so much. I hope you liked it. Lots of friends like it. There are two comments, and then we'll conclude the show. Um, Said Rasool Saab is our regular viewer saying we are too much concerned with the new guest and his bulletproof ideas. Thank you so much. Rizwan Ashraf is saying thank you, Tahir Saab, sharing your wisdom with us. Thank you, giving thumbs up. Thank you so much. Dr. Wahid Harun is saying thank you, Tahir Saab, for sharing care for the nation. Thank you so much. And Rizwan Ashraf is saying excellent definition of dost and friend. Deendar, honest, wafadar, faithful, sacha, truthful, tabedar, obedient. That's a takeaway from this show today. Thank you so much. If we call ourselves friend, we have to develop these qualities in ourselves and look for these qualities in others as well. And if you find these qualities, that person is your true friend and host. Thank you so much. Awesome. So we'll conclude the show by your final message about the topic today, that was capacity building of the community and our show. What would you say about it?
Well, viewers, thank you very much for giving the opportunity to speak to you. Building capacity of your community is very important. If you have a desire and you have a burning desire to do something for your society, your community, your neighbor, please do something and go ahead, and people start the light. People will join you and you will achieve success. If you ever need any help, that some guidance on the one-to-one basis, please feel free to contact me through Aijaz Qureshi, and keep burning and giving back to the society. And not only that you will be satisfied, it always a giver's gain. The more you give, the more you gain. May
Yeah.
God bless you. Thank you very much, Krista, for inviting me for the show.
Thank you
Wonderful.
so much. Thank you so much on behalf of Dream Television, the Aijaz Qureshi Show, myself, my entire team who helps me run this show, all those viewers who have watched us on YouTube channel and commented, and Facebook Live and commented, asked questions, participated in the show, or all those friends who will be watching our show as a recording according to their time zones on different media channels. Thank you so much for hopping on the show and sharing your beautiful thoughts. Really appreciate it. Assalamu alaikum. All right, viewers, that was our guest of honor, Mr. Tahir Iqbal Qureshi, all the way from Toronto, Canada. He shared thoughts about the community building and how should we really be a responsible citizen within that community. How do we uplift the community? That's really important. Thank you so much for your participation in the show. We have one more comment and then we'll say goodbye. Asim Hanif is saying Assalamu alaikum to all. Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you so much. Sayyid Rasool is saying, Aijaz sir, you're our teacher now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. All right, friends, time to say goodbye. Take care of yourself and people around you. Until next time, this is your host, Aijaz Qureshi saying goodbye. Take care. Allah Hafiz.